Hey everyone on Patreon. So I said I was going to do the whole kind of Ask eTeknix videos specifically for you guys, just to kind of give you a little bit more as to, I don't know, how things are around here, behind the scenes, all that kind of stuff. Because, you know, without you guys, we wouldn't be in a situation that we are now where we get to make videos and all that other good stuff. So I opened up on Discord a Ask eTeknix channel and just going to kind of, I guess, video-wise go through them bit by bit. Some videos I am going to sort of just, you know, go about one question, whereas other ones will be kind of multiple questions, depending on the, I guess, complexity and everything of it. So, Songs of Rays, or Chris, asked, how did eTeknix come to be? I'm a little curious how an idea came to be, this server, channel, popular website with such a following. So, interesting one, really. I'll try and keep it as simple and concise as possible. So when I was at college, when I was 16, I went to college and studied media. I didn't want to do anything to do with media. It was literally a last minute thing where my mum basically said, go get a job or you're out, basically. You're not living here. So yeah, really thanks for that, mum. So I decided, well, I'll stay in education. That was the easier option. So I went to the college and tried to find, I guess, a course that had some of my interests in there, because computing and stuff, I was all just word processing. There was nothing like computer engineering or anything like that was going to be what I wanted. So the only course that was still available that was close to what I wanted was media studies. So I started studying film, movies, TV, radio, all that kind of stuff in a 2-year BTEC national diploma course. It was terrible. I slacked off quite a lot and didn't really do anything with it. Somehow I still managed to pass with a triple pass grade. I think I actually got 3 distinctions if I remember rightly, but grades mean nothing these days anyway. It didn't get me anywhere. So while I was doing that, I was into computers and I thought, what can I actually do in terms of, you know, trying to turn my hobby into something? So I looked around and I found a website called 3dgameman.com. A Canadian guy called Rodney Reynolds who was doing video reviews. This wasn't even on YouTube. YouTube wasn't even a thing when I was 16. Bearing in mind, I'm nearly 34 now, just to give you some kind of perspective. And, well, basically what happened was I ended up borrowing a camera from college, ended up reaching out to a couple of brands, Sapphire being one of them, and they sent me, I think it was a 9800 XT. And I filmed a video, I edited it and everything. It wasn't like B-roll and that, it was just like moving in closer with the camera and really janky looking. I uploaded it to some web space that I had, and a few people watched it, and I ran out of web space. So I then had to buy a web space. My mum realised what I was doing, and she was sort of irking on the side of, stop messing around, focus on your college work, or you're out on your ear. And you're probably starting to see a bit of a pattern with my mum here. But, you know, it was kind of, I get it. She was like, don't waste your life, blah, 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 blah. Look at me now, mum. So that kind of fizzled out a little bit. I had a website called Tech Arena, which I believe now is one of the biggest review sites in India. I let the domain name lapse and they kind of took it on and so forth. But yeah, that kind of took a bit of a back burner. I did my college course. I left college and my mum said, go get a job or you're out in your ear. And I thought, right, I can't go any kind of further into education now. So I have to go and get a job. So I started a job working for a mobile phone shop called The Link, which was owned by Dixon's or DSG Group. Part of it was owned by O2 as well. Worked there for a year, and then O2 bought out the rest of the shares from DSG Group, and all their stores became O2 stores. I got transferred to a different store in the biggest shopping centre in the whole country, and yeah, I at the age of 19 became the manager of that store. So I did really well. I was the manager of the biggest mobile phone store in the country at the age of 19, which was great. Earning okay money, but working long hours, especially at Christmas in a shopping centre. So I wanted more money in a company car, so I found another job selling cars, and I went and did that for a year until my circumstances changed. Some of you know the real kind of reasons behind that. I don't really want to go into it too much, but I basically hit rock bottom in my life, and I sort of sat there thinking, what am I going to do with my life? I've got no job, my parent, you know, still living at home with parents and stuff. Why don't I try starting doing reviewing and stuff again? So again, I started buying products, you know, with the little money that I had and reviewing them and stuff like that, and started doing all videos and stuff again. Moved in with my partner at the time, and that broke down and everything, and it all kind of went a little bit crazy. Carried it on for a little bit, had a few other little odd jobs here and there, working in recruitment, which I hated, but I always kept it as a hobby. Me and Emma got together, and we found out we was having our daughter 4 months into our relationship. So yeah, there's that. And I was kind of faced with a bit of an ultimatum of go get a job or we're screwed because we have a daughter on the way. So I sort of said, okay, give it until like February of the next year. And if I haven't got a job, I'll go back into car sales or mobile phone sales or something. So that all kind of happened, and March rolled around. I hadn't said anything to Emma because I was like, well, if I don't say anything, she might not say anything. March came around and she was like, well, towards March, and she said, what's happened? Have you made any money? Have you made this into a viable business? And I said, well, no. So she said, you're going to have to get a job. So I was like, all right, first thing on Monday, I will look for a job. Lo and behold, the next day, 2 brands reached out to me, Arctic and Antec. And they said, we really like the work you're doing. We have budget. We want to spend some money with you. And I sort of said, well, how much are we talking? Expecting, I don't know, not much. They both turned around and said that they wanted to spend 12 grand for the year. So I was basically making £2,000 a month as a one-man band off these 2 companies. And I sat there thinking, I'm in business for the next year. I just need to make this work now. And apologies, I got a bit of a cold coming on. And that kind of stemmed on from there. And then I just focused on making it bigger and better. Ended up, bringing a mate on board who started doing writing for me. And then someone else brought them on for doing news and things like that. And it all just kind of snowballed from there. And we got to a point, I guess, where we ended up working with so many different brands that it became the monster that it is now, and is one of the biggest written review sites, not just in the UK, but in the world now. And I started going back to doing the video stuff again in the last couple of years, and kind of here we are now. And the rest is, I guess, the future. So obviously a year and a bit ago, I started the Discord server. That's grown into something that I never really thought would be possible. We used to have a forum. Everything moved to social media. Now people are getting so annoyed with the likes of Facebook and things like that they've kind of moved to the likes of Discord because, it's kind of unmoderated to a certain degree by the big companies. It's moderated by ourselves and stuff like that. So that was a really great move, and it's just become probably the best Discord server I could ever imagine, because I obviously go on other Discord servers and things like that, and they're so volatile and so toxic. Ours really feels like a community. And I am honestly looking in the summer when lockdown all kind of ends and stuff like that we can all have a meet up. You can all come here and steal all my graphics cards and stuff like that. I'm lying. I will take them all out of the boxes and put them somewhere safe. So you can steal a box. But yeah, we'll have like a barbecue and stuff like that. And really sort of, I just love the whole community aspect of things. And I honestly believe that in the UK, at least on the video side, there is no one doing what we do. In America and Canada, you've got Linus, you've got Jay, you've got Bitwit, you've got Paul's Hardware, you've got, all them other people like that. In the UK, there's no one. And I honestly believe there is a market for that. And that's what I'm trying to sort of fill. And obviously with your guys' support, it's been absolutely amazing. And I just want to say a big thank you for that. And that is pretty much it. So hopefully it's given you a bit of an idea as to kind of where eTeknix started. It started something completely different, ended, and then started again as eTeknix. And kind of went on from there. So this is me kind of laid bare, explaining how everything is. And hopefully it's given you a bit of a more understanding. And like I say, I'm hoping that I'm going to do more videos like this. They're pretty easy, pretty chill, pretty relaxed. I can just sit here and talk to you guys like you're in the room. So it does make my life a lot easier. I haven't got to script anything and do all that and have the teleprompter on and stuff like that. So yeah. It's definitely the kind of stuff I prefer doing, I'd say, compared to the kind of more scripted, structured stuff. You can sort of spitball a little bit more and just feel a little bit more comfortable with it. So there you go, guys. The usual. Hopefully you enjoyed this video. If you did, you know exactly what to do, blah, 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 blah. And yeah, hoping to just bring a lot more content to our patrons because, I'm a firm believer in what comes into Patreon must go out to Patreon, and we as a business must support you guys as much as you support us. So let me know if there's anything else you want to see. Head over to the Ask eTeknix channel on Discord, put your questions in there, and I will try and get through them, maybe 1 or 2 a week and sort of go from there. So yeah, cheers guys, and I'm sure I'll speak to you soon. Cheers, see you later, bye bye.